Hello and welcome to a video by VisionGaming. So today we are in a new zoo in Planet Zoo, which is obviously very exciting. So this zoo is going to be called Jabali Zoo, and in case you're wondering, Jabali means strong, as a rock, or almost as like a solid foundation in Swahili. So that's where I've taken my inspiration from. I know other content creators such as Moss Bandit and Jonty or Geekism. I know that they often take their names from Swahili words. So for example, in Azori Gardens, one of their series, you've got Jangwa Market or something like that. It's interesting because they sound good to Western ears. So yeah, currently what we're doing, I was just making a parking lot, which is quite work in progress. You'll see it better in the live portion at the end of the video. So as you can see, I'm just laying out the paths, and I was really struggling on what paths to put in, because obviously I'm exploring with all the pieces, so a lot of this build's going to be quite all over the place because I'm looking around at all the different pieces and trying to look at what looks best. So yeah, you may have to just excuse me in terms of what's going on and stuff, because it's going to be a bit all over the place. But in the end, I'm really happy with how this entranceway turns out, and I've recorded about 3 episodes worth of stuff. So the first exhibit, the pathways, a couple buildings like a visitor centre and stuff. So you've got all that to look forward to in the coming videos. But yeah, here I wanted to get this clock face in because it's a really cool piece, but I didn't know how to. I was just experimenting here and just looking for pieces to put in, and yeah. So obviously this is my first video on YouTube, which is quite exciting. So I'd be really grateful if you could like and comment and subscribe, share it with your friends, because yeah, if you love the Planet series as much as I do, then you're going to love this channel, because there's going to be loads of content over the next, well, however long I'm doing it for. So yeah, as you can see here, I was trying to create an interesting, 3 interesting entrance points, which I do with this Indian piece as the roof, and it looks really cool. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this building all turns out, and later on I do some foliage and stuff, and it looks really cool in my opinion. And I spoke to some people on Bro Nation, the Discord server. You should join. It's pretty cool if you're really into stuff like that. It's really interesting. If you're interested in zoos, I don't really know what that random fade was, but yeah, if you're interested in the Planet games, because they do Planet Coaster as well, and they do, I think they also do No Limits 2. I don't know why it keeps going to black. I'm sorry about that. There's nothing I can do, but I've had such a nightmare trying to get this video out, because I couldn't find a software to time lapse on. I really don't know what's happening, sorry guys. I couldn't find a software to time lapse on. I couldn't, and then once I did that, Hit Film, which is the one that I used, just kept crashing. And then I was building and stuff, and it was all going well, and then when I was trying to edit it kept crashing, and then when I finally got round to getting it right, it all just didn't work. It said the file was offline, and tried everything to try and get it back online, so I had to start from scratch again in editing. So yeah, I've spent a lot of today just trying to get this video to work, so that's quite irritating. So here you can see, I realised that you can actually have trucks in this game, and then I got bored trying to colour them in. Anyway, it's fine. That parking garage is just completely work in progress. It's awful. It's all disjointed and everything. That's definitely not my best work. But yeah, I'm really happy with this little overhang bit, because I don't know, it keeps cutting back 20 seconds every time it goes black. That's really weird. Oh yeah, and then I wanted to see what it looked like in the rain. But yeah, I make sure that they look different, each piece, because there's nothing worse than having them all looking the same, especially when you go in for that look. And then I was trying to add something to the sine way, but then I was just like, nah, I'll just leave it how it is. So yeah, I'm pretty much at the stage where I'm just looking at pieces and deciding whether there's anything else I want to add. And pretty much in the end, I just decide not to. I don't know why, but it keeps jumping back like 20 seconds every time it goes black. It's really weird. That's really quite weird. I have no idea how that's happened. Oh well, I'm sorry about that. I'll try and make sure it doesn't happen for next video. So yeah, just what is it doing? That's so weird. I don't know if it's just on the when I'm watching it back, but yeah, that's odd. I'm really enjoying Planet Zoo. It's such a cool game, but there is only there's a couple things that are just a bit irritating. Like there's a glitch with the 3D gimbal, as you can see, that I use, where there's a shortcut that if you press X it comes up, but sometimes that doesn't work, and it's so frustrating. And also sometimes Planet Zoo freezes and ponds start up. I don't normally get that, but I've seen and heard other people getting it. So here I'm just filling it in, this entrance building, I'm just filling it in. I thought this nice little, what's the word for the woven thing would look pretty cool. I tried to get like this metal thing to work and it just wouldn't, so I was like, no. And then I was trying to get these glass pieces, so I left it as the ivy growing up the crisscross pattern thing that I can't remember what it's called. And then I used the Indian carpets to actually create a really nice texture at the back, and now I'm just adding some air vents and stuff, make it a bit more realistic. Then yeah, I was just adding this nice little detail to each window because I thought it looked a bit plain. And then I copy and paste it round to create the other side. So yeah, that's pretty cool. About halfway through now. What else do I do in this video? I make a behind the scenes path, and I also make staff facility buildings. So it's quite a contentful episode. They won't be this contentful like most episodes. So for example, next episode I think we just make the habitat, which is a flamingo habitat, so that's pretty cool. And with like a flamingo bridge in the middle. I was trying to add a fountain here, but it just didn't work, so yeah, that was quite irritating. And then what else am I doing? I'm just putting scenery props down, trying to make it all look pretty cool. I found those nice little slow down pieces, I've forgotten what they're called, but where they make people not drive straight forwards, the little, I want to call them like boulevards, but they're not. You know what I mean, the things I just placed down. So here I'm working on the back of the building. I decided I'd copy and paste it round. Oh, what happened there? I don't know, I think we just froze for a second. Right, yeah, I was like, okay, I'll just change this, make that less detailed, is that even English? Less detailed, so that it would be slightly different, rather than just a straight copy and paste. And I love these signs, they're so cool. The way you can just layer them is really awesome. I made some on the staff buildings as well. So here I was trying to fill in the path because I really wanted to put a fountain in the middle, but I just couldn't get it to work, so I was like, right. So you can see here me just struggling to get the path, so I was just like, right, I'll just leave it like this and I'll decorate them, and that's what I did. And then I was like, oh, I should try and use the barrier tool to create fences, and I was just like, no, this is, because you can't put them directly on path, which makes it pretty difficult. So I just create this nice little oh my gosh, what's it called? what is it called when the little path pieces, the curbs, that's the word I'm looking for. The curbs, I just make the curbs for the paths, and then put the paths around the spaces in between, and then I put fences, and then I do a load of foliage, and it turns out looking really nice. I'm really proud of it, because in Planet Coaster I got good with the building but never the actual habitats. So yeah, I'm not habitats, the foliage. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. I just terrain painting. Lots of there's awesome foliage in this game. There's so many trees and everything. It's such an improvement from Planet Coaster. You can the reeds are incredible. They're some of my favourite parts. The ferns. I love some of the palm trees, because I always went for like quite classical grand builds in Planet Coaster, which meant that I could never really use the palm trees, but this zoo's quite tropical and stuff, so it's pretty cool. I really like it. I'm really liking how it's going. We make a really awesome visitor centre in either the next episode or the episode after that. That's really awesome. I really enjoy that. Here I'm just was like, this could do with a fence for the backstage area, because that would be really nice if it were to like wrap around. So that's what I do. And then I was like, I looked at the view and I was like, wow, the white really stands out, so I made it a darker grey. And then I'm starting to fill in these bits with scenery. This was actually quite challenging. I eventually settled for this, I think. Yeah, I think I do use those pieces. But yeah, it was quite difficult, because although I thought it would be easy, the space is quite small, so to get it right properly is quite difficult. So I had those little lanterns. I still need to do lighting in the area. I haven't done lighting at night yet, but most zoos don't really open at night, so yeah, that's why I haven't, because most zoos don't really focus on lighting, because they're only really open in the summer months, and then if they are open in winter, they're open only on some days and with certain amounts of time. But I'd be really interested to see if anyone knows of any zoos that are actually opened at night and really focus on the lighting, because then I will obviously focus on the lighting and leave any. I've got a bit of a plan of where I want everything to go, but leave any comments of things you want me to build, like a monkey and habitat or a reptile house. I think I might be building that soon. I haven't built it yet. Something like that. I was trying to fill in this path piece. It was really annoying, so I just doubled up the curb, so it's a pretty massive curb. But here I'm moving on to the staff buildings. There was a bit of a cut there because placing down the staff buildings and the paths and everything was just a pain, so I was just oh, there we go, more of these colourful signs. I really do like them, they're really cool. Oh that's weird. I don't really know what's happened there. I don't really know. That's really odd. That's really weird. It's on a small screen. Sorry guys. This episode is full of errors, but I'm really just trying my best to get it out to you guys. But here I'm making a little chimney. It's really cool. Oh, that's really annoying. I can't believe that's happened. Ah well, I go into a full-time exhibit soonish, so yeah, I've got about 2 minutes left on the time lapse. It's just me adding a load of detail to all these buildings. The detail is pretty much all the same on all the buildings. It's got this, I made sure they all have the same curb, they all have the same roof trim, they all have the same roof, so that they all look quite like uniform, but it looks really cool when you go into Tejidcam, which is the guest view where you can walk around. So yeah, I'm really enjoying Planet Zoo. If you want to see any, there won't be any Planko art on the channel for quite a while because I'm really enjoying this. But like I have an I do have an episode of Raven Manor that's ready to go up whenever, which is just. It's my Planet Coaster park, but I kind of stopped recording the main street, and the main street was taking forever. and I can't really build roller coasters, so I feel a lot more comfortable in this game. But they do just need to sort a couple of errors out, because some of I think they fixed most of the bugs from the beta. I didn't play the beta because I wasn't sure about the game, and then I saw the beta, saw what people were doing, and I fell in love with it. So yeah, this is me just building away. I've really enjoyed building. That's why I haven't really had time to stop and just make the videos, because I've spent my whole weekend just playing Planet Zoo because it's so much fun. And then here we're just building away. I decided to copy that the chimneys over because I found them really interesting, and I really like those like aircon units. Although I place them everywhere, like they just add a bit of realism. And I'm just adding a path here because the guests don't really like seeing the staff buildings, which I think with Sandbox especially, what Frontier need to do, they really need to be able to turn off all the stuff, because Sandbox with unlimited money and it's pretty bad. Like you have to do so much management still. All I want to do is build a zoo. But anyway, thanks for watching, and we're going to go straight over into our into our live section here. So bye. Right, okay, now that we're in the live portion, I was just going to show you around my zoo, and you may notice that I am in because we're going to take a little look around the entrance area, but I'm actually recording this after recording the next 2 or 3 episodes, so yeah, there's spoilers ahead, so I'm not going to show off everything that I've done there, but see in the background over there, there's a sneak preview of what we're building. I don't think it's next episode, but it might be. But anyway, here is Jabali Zoo. So this is the car park, and it's very work in progress. I'm not really. I know that it looks pretty bad at the moment because like the path's clipping through, and it's horrific. So yeah, this is all very work in progress. We've just got these nice cars and stuff, but I was just laying it out so that I could see. And also I've never built a car park before in Planet Game, because in case anyone of you knew, I did play Planet Coaster, and I did have another series on our channel, but pretty fast. So yeah, as you can just have a look around, we've got this nice little area of planting, and then we've got this building. Diverse colours is pretty awesome, but I kind of built it before I put the fence there, so yeah, you don't really see it that often. But then we've got this, and Frontier did an excellent job on making these. Oh, they're so cool. Like this is the I don't actually know what that is. It looks like I think it's the vet surgery. Then there's also, I think that's quarantine, then trade centre, mechanics, staff room, and then all this power. So yeah, it's a pretty awesome place. Oh, that's the surgery. So yeah, that is all I can show for the zoo so far. So yeah, thanks for watching, and please stick around next time so that you can find out what we do next. So I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.